Hi, Jim from STYLESEAL here. Since we are thankfully moving into a new phase of COVID-19 with loosened regulations, it's a good time to reevaluate when, how, and why we should mask. First, let's start with the why not. Some people are concerned about the cost, but to wear a STYLESEAL mask and change the filters during flu season 8 times a year costs a little more than $20 a year, including the mask. How does the cost of getting sick compare? Not close. To many people, masks can be uncomfortable. If anyone gets it, we do. We work every day to try to overcome those objections in the design of our products. Many of us aren't used to coverings on our face, just like some of us don't like hats or glasses. It's all about what we get used to, and trade-offs, health versus comfort. We got used to wearing seat belts. Now no one thinks twice about putting one on. A mask is like an umbrella when it rains, or a hat in the sun. If you need it, wear it. When you don't. If you purchase a quality product, properly sized, you'll get used to it in no time, just like buying a new pair of shoes. So, should you still consider wearing a mask? Easy answer, absolutely. First, COVID is still present and probably always will be. Besides that, during flu season, we should always have been masking. Check out our video on mask confusion. When you are sick and still feel the need to go to work, you should definitely wear a mask. We know some will never wear a mask. Fine. The rest of us just need to wear a quality mask to protect ourselves from them. In some places, masks are still mandated, and rightly so. Places where people are in proximity, such as planes, trains, buses, taxis, elevators, and others. Be prepared with a quality filtering mask like the STYLESEAL Pro. In case you don't believe it, have you ever heard of the 2-row rule in the travel industry? Probably not, because they don't really want you to. A study was reported in the Annals of Global Health regarding a little publicized guidance by the CDC published in 2014 on the 2-row rule for infectious disease transmission on aircraft. There is a long-standing guidance by public health agencies that the primary transmission risk associated with air travel for most respiratory infectious diseases is associated sitting within 2 rows of an infectious passenger. This transmission zone, which actually comprises 5 rows, 2 in the front of the index case, 2 behind the index case, and the row in which the index case is seated, has been based on investigations of in-flight transmission of tuberculosis, but is believed to have wide applicability, no doubt. The CDC guidelines instructs public health officers to find and alert travelers who may have been exposed to an ill passenger during flight. How often in the U.S. or your country do you think that happens? Several studies have been performed on the transmission of disease on planes. One case study in March 2003 indicated that a 72-year-old passenger with SARS infected 18 passengers and 2 flight attendants on a 3-hour flight from Hong Kong to Beijing. The infectious passenger died 3 days later. The graphic shows that many of the cases were outside the 2 rows each way and more like 5. More on that in the conclusions. Cases beyond 2 rows is further reflected in these other 7 studies performed before COVID-19. More highly transmissible infectious diseases, such as COVID-19, could even be worse. In conclusion, these in-flight transmissions highlight 1, how air travel serves as a conduit for the rapid spread of newly emerging infections with potential to start pandemics, and 2, how there must be 1 or more other factors affecting transmission other than seating. The report speculates that infection at a distance from the index case is due to factors such as cabin airflow and movements of passengers and flight attendants. Public health officers investigating suspected disease transmission on an airplane should prioritize passengers seated within 2 rows of the index case for surveillance, but should not neglect other passengers for follow-up. Hopefully, updated data post-COVID-19 will be forthcoming, properly communicated to the public, and the public will do the right thing and mask when on flights, even if not mandated. Do you want to risk that no one near you or even anywhere on the plane is infectious? I don't. I would rather be slightly uncomfortable than get sick. Why wait for someone else? Protecting yourself is a much better plan. There will always be a flu season. It doesn't have to be the COVID-19 variety to make you miserable and keep you from work or school. Common flu can make us all ill. For those who are compromised or elderly, the common flu can be serious. Always mask when you visit them and make sure they do too. If you choose not to get a vaccine or a booster, then you really should at least wear a mask when needed. Masks are in the interest of public health, whether the naysayers want to believe it or not. Protecting yourself also protects others. If I don't get sick, then I can't get my friends sick, my family sick, and my workmates sick. In addition to COVID and the flu, there are many other reasons to still wear a mask as well. We started our company long before there was a COVID-19 for these very reasons, such as working in hazardous locations, working with frequent close contact with the public, such as clerks, hairstylists, and many others, pollution, wildfires, allergies. Be prepared. You just never know what may happen when you might need your umbrella. If you're going to the cost and effort to wear a mask, then wear a mask that filters well and wear it properly. To wear a mask that doesn't is, well, ridiculous. Like double masking. Why? One good mask is much better than two poor ones. Choose the right mask for you. Check out our videos on picking the right mask and filters. When you wear the mask, make sure there are no gaps and it's well sealed. Keep the mask clean. Change the filters frequently and select the correct filters for your application. This is simply just a matter of common sense. Don't be selfish or a fool. Why get sick or get others sick if we can avoid it by occasionally wearing a simple mask? Thanks for watching, and please check some of our other StyleSEAL instructional videos.